Hey everyone, here we are for another live stream of our Worthiness Matters series for our joy based spirituality workout. We're on day number 24 of our 30-day series. And today I want to talk about something very practical. I want to talk about mornings and evenings and past, present, and future. So, mornings and evenings, worthiness matters. What I like to do in my mornings and evenings that I would like to offer to you as a possibility for you to create structures in your life that will, okay, I'm going to put this quote in here. I want you to remember this: let love win. Love is powerful. We know love is powerful. I believe love is the most powerful force in the universe, but we have to align with it. It's like electricity is powerful, but it's not like gravity. Gravity works all the time. Electricity works for us when we actually function it, when we use it, when we make it work for us through wiring and things like that. I think that love is the same way. It's kind of like breathing. It's there all the time, but we can manipulate it and function it. We can do things with it. We can notice it. We can choose to breathe deeper. We can choose to hold our breath. I think love is kind of like the breath in that way. So if we choose to ignore love, it's not going to be like gravity where it works anyway. It's going to be like, okay, you have free will. You can ignore me, but we're not going to be as happy with that way of living. It's just how it is. Love is powerful, and it is powerful in the realm of joy. So I want you to get up ahead of your day by choosing to let love win in your life. And you do this because you're choosing your own sense of worthiness. You're choosing your own sense of well being. So, what I do in the mornings is I meditate. I think part of the meditation, in part of my meditations, I also have a prayer. I'm saying I think because I really associate the meditations with letting go, but I do invoke prayer in my meditations, prayer for what I do want to envision. And the key to prayer is doing it on an embodied level. And when I do this as the first thing when I wake up, it lets my whole being know this is important. I am important. Joy is important. Well-being is important. And my voice, I get seated. It's like getting seated before you sit to a movie theater. In a movie theater, it's nice to get there a couple minutes early, get situated with your popcorn or whatever, and maybe watch a few of the releases coming soon, the trailers. It's nice to be seated. So when you start your day with something like meditation, you are getting seated for the day inside of yourself. When the first things you do are other than that, or are other people focused, um, you're not quite seated inside of yourself. So there's more likelihood of you kind of being scattered and not as powerful. I like ending my day with some kind of something funny. I used to watch Craig Ferguson. I really liked him late night. Now I find movies that are funny, um, things that I've seen before, even just something that's going to make me laugh. There are many ways to end your day, but I like to advise end your day in a way that makes you feel content and happy. Don't fall asleep watching the news. Don't fall asleep, listening to like trauma healing, books or something like that. It's really heavy. You can care for yourself, and you can tend to your own energy by falling asleep to something that's lighter and sweeter um than that. Just noticing this camera. It does this flickering thing that I have not been able to figure out ever since I started this live stream with YouTube. It does this flickering thing, and then when I move a piece of paper closer to the camera or something, I notice that it stops. And when I put my hand up like that, it stops. And so if somebody knows what this is, or how I can fix it, let me know, because I really do like using this YouTube live stream. Okay, so let's talk about past, present, and future. So in the morning, Well, let me just show you these, and then this way I can talk about them. So, 3 ebooks that we have here that are kind of like, everybody who's part of joy-based living in any deep kind of way knows these 3 books, is familiar with them. Sanctuary for healing trauma, 12 practices, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I think you're gonna really like this a lot, past, present, future, and, this is my very full, um, planner, JBL planner. So, when we're talking about sanctuary, we're talking about your past. When we talk about sanctuary, we're talking about cleaning up stuff that's in your that you have embodied because your body stores memories. And this is about sanctuary is about releasing your past so you can feel more alive and more in charge and more free inside of your own body, inside of your own being, freeing yourself of the old memories so that you can, like, if you had a car full of clowns and it was really, really, really stuffed, you wouldn't be able to drive it. So you gotta get the clowns out of the car so you can drive the car. It's your car, it's your life. And so this is a I've never used that metaphor before. I don't mention clowns in this book. It's about being fully free. The Statue of Liberty is breaking the shackles. The shackles are the shackles of the past, not because they happened to you, but because you keep reliving them. You can overcome pretty much anything with the right tools, pretty much anything. So, Sanctuary is about cleaning up your past. The 12 practices is about being fully present in the present, being able to navigate your life and navigate your relationships in a way. Do you ever have that experience where you give too much and so you automatically say yes when you mean to say no? Or um, the experience where you like you're in a conversation and somebody has said something like rude and you're like, man, for weeks you're thinking about how you could have like responded to them. What happens for people who really do their homework with these practices is you become more embodied and you don't do that anymore. You might be able to like respond immediately because you are fully present, or maybe it just, bugs you for a few hours, but not days and weeks. And so this ebook is about like really being fully present in the present. So we have past and present, and and it's it future focuses you in a positive way that gets you more aligned in the present, in a way that you know where you're heading, in a way that you have conscious ideas about, that's the direction, that's my trajectory, that's who I want to become, that's where I want to go, without making you so future focused that you're not in your body. So that book really helps you like strengthen the felt sensation of honor and embodiment inside of your own being. And if that's not worthiness, I don't know what's worthiness. And then we have, of course, future focus. So after I do meditation in the morning, I write in my JBL planner, and some of the questions that I'm asked in the planner, which I wrote with, so some of the questions that I'm asked in the planner on a daily basis feel like prayers to me. I choose to embody them. I choose to like, what do I need in order to thrive today? What am I grateful for? Those feel like prayers if I embody them. And so that's part of my practice. And so my wish for you is to let love be the biggest force in your life and to align with it in a way that it fills you and guides you and surprises you and delights you. Because what makes us different from machines is that we get to be delighted and surprised. We get to feel oh, I just put that thought out there and then this happened. Like that happened to me twice this week. Like just serendipitous things I've been posting at Facebook. um, I wanted to buy this mug, and somebody who at Groovy Goat was selling the mug, and I thought about buying it, but I decided not to. But it was the word "bad" and an ass, a donkey, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute," but I don't need another mug. Okay, so I didn't get the mug. And then the next day, I was petting like a miniature donkey. Like I wasn't planning that. It was just little things like that feel like that's pretty cool. Um, I had I was given unicorn poop right at, like, just in the same, like, couple of hours that I had just shared with you guys the unicorn card. These aren't really big deals. Oh, and then yesterday, this it's the specificity, and it's the choice to believe, okay, that was a sign. That was a sign. And it's not a choice out of seeking for it to be a choice. It feels like it. It feels like, yeah, that was a message. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I say to God, or to the universe, okay, you're showing off now. You're just showing off now. So yesterday I had just in the live stream I talked about looking for a person's smile as one of the key things to coaching someone, as one of the master keys to coaching someone, including yourself. Looking for the little tiny smile in someone that, oh, it's kind of like it's peeking out, and then growing that like it's some kind of shrubbery or beautiful flower, an orchid. You're gonna grow that thing. That's your goal. Person has to be willing. Don't try to force this out of depressed people. Don't do that. That's not my goal. You coach people who want to be coached, including yourself. And so I was sharing that, and about, and my the thought that had inspired me was seeing myself as a treasure hunter for the treasures inside of people, and the treasure is your greatest happiness. The treasure is your greatest love. And when that comes out, it feels like so life-giving. It feels like, um what do they call, the fountain of youth is actually what it feels like. And so you're like, I was like, oh, I'm a treasure hunter. That's what I've been doing for all these years. I'm a treasure hunter. And I was really embodying that during yesterday's live stream. Well, then in the afternoon, I went out to a home concert. It was really awesome. And then on the way home, my friend who was driving me, and we were going together, and she was talking about how on her property, she says to me, she says, because she's got like a property with a lot of huge boulder rocks, and it's kind of hilly and rocky, and she said, I have two metal detectors. Would you like to go hunt treasure with me? And so my mouth dropped because I was like, oh, it's you again. And so letting life surprise me is one of the greatest delights of my life. The serendipities that happen make me feel like I'm in a relationship with something much bigger than me, with the source that created me, with love itself. And so maybe one day in our learnings of science, this won't be such a mystery. But right now, it's a grand mystery, and it feels freaking awesome. And it feels like a love relationship. It was like, oh, oops, I did it again. Yes, you did it again. Um, and so sometimes I'll start closing with this. Sometimes I listen to love songs from the perspective of relationship with God or relationship with Source. Um, so think of like your favorite love songs, and think of the universe singing it to you, or you singing it to the universe, and notice how that makes you feel. So the goal here is to let love win. The goal here is to take charge of your life, to be embodied with love in a way that's very practical and very magical. Um, if it's not playful and sweet and light on a regular basis, if it's not those things, you ain't doing it right. It is playful, it is sweet, it is light, and it's very, 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 very powerful. So in times of need, you can invoke it as well. But you don't want to live in urgency mode. You want to live in love and playfulness, and as much laughter and joy as you can, and just for the joy of it. So I look forward to the next delights and surprises that life has to offer. And thank you for being here with me on this journey. Having each one of you in my life is a delight and surprise, especially those of you who I get to know, and we've had conversations, or you've commented often, and I get to know you that way. I want to hear your stories. I love hearing your stories. Those are a big part of my delight. The ripples that go out are a big part of the power of love. That's the power of love. That's what love does. Love exponentially ripples out when we invoke it. And we invoke it by embodying it. And so everything I talked about today has to do with embodying it and situating yourself in your body, in your soul, in a way that allows you to be as centered as you can be throughout your day, every day. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.